welcome to another session on Counselor Business Innovation Masterclass. So for next week, our series for next week will be titled How Money Works. Now, I always tell my friends that the definition of poverty is hard work mixed with financial ignorance. And I always try to tell people that when a man with knowledge, financial knowledge, meets a man with money, the money will always flow from the man with money to the man with the knowledge. And for that not to happen in your life where your money flows, rather instead of flowing from others to you, but flows from you to others, you need to gain financial literacy and financial wisdom. So this week on Counselor Business Innovation Masterclass, we are going to be looking at how money works. 2 days ago, I went with my friend to see an investment he wanted to make in a property. Now, when I analyzed this property with him, it was a flat, a 3-bedroom flat, and the price the property was going for was 40 million. And he wanted to buy this thing with a bank loan, and with the loan, the property will be coming to about 56 million. Now, ask this young man why he wants to invest 56 million in buying a property, a 3-bedroom flat property. And he started to explain to me the financial wisdom in his transaction because he had the financial knowledge. Now, from his analysis, he was going to take a bank loan for 40 million and of 5 years bank loan, and after 5 years, he will be paying about 56 million naira back to the bank. But then what he pointed out to me was that the building was a high-rise building and in a high-income neighborhood. The average rent there, because the area is majorly occupied by expatriates, the average rent there is $100 per day. Now, if you multiply $100 by 30 days, it means his average rent per month will be about $3,000. Now, if you multiply $3,000 by 12, it means in a year he will be making $36,000. Now, let's do some calculation. If you multiply $36,000, $36,000 times 5 years. So we have 0, 0, 0. 5 times 6 give us 0. 5 times. So he will be looking at $180,000 in 5 years. Now, if, let's say the exchange rate continues at the rate it's going, so that in the next 5 years, it means the $57,000 he's going to pay in the next 9 years will be equivalent to about $100,000, which means within 5 years, he's paying $100,000 for rent, as into the bank that he took the money from, but he's already making $180,000. It means that within 5 years, he's making a net profit of $80,000 and still has the property. That is financial literacy, that's financial wisdom. You need to understand how money works. So, but we are going to be starting a series on not just we're not going to be doing just on the conventional currency and how the conventional money works. We're also going to be looking at the new form of money that has been coming up recently and that everybody is almost currently switching to, which is blockchain technology that most of us know as Bitcoin or Ethereum. Now, you might ask yourself, you've been hearing about Bitcoin, what do you understand about Bitcoin? Now, if you are like me, you might have been skeptical about Bitcoin and everything about it. Recently, one of my biggest clients approached me and was asking me certain questions about blockchain, about Bitcoin. Now, most people don't understand that the underlying technology that supports Bitcoin and every other thing is called blockchain technology. Now, when he was asking me all these questions, I realized that I was answering him more out of fear because I didn't really understand how something works. And when you don't understand how something works, you approach it with fear. A lot of people are poor because they don't understand how money works, and they approach money with fear. And when they approach money with fear, what happens? They find out that they tend to lose more rather than gain something from it. For instance, like just discussing with my friend, I just learned that a lot of people did not understand how credit system works. And when they've been bombarded with a lot of adages from the past that a borrower is the servant to the lender, they fail to understand that in business, that the borrower is the master of the lender. It's when you're in personal finance that the lender becomes, that the borrower becomes the servant of the lender. Now, but when you understand how money actually works, you understand the world financial system is driven by credit. There are a lot of these billionaires that we hear all about, that most of them are owing multi-billions on their businesses, but they are still multi-billionaires. It's because they understand how the credit system works. And when you don't understand how the financial system works, what happens? It means that you'll be tossed by any wave. And because you lack that financial knowledge, poverty will always be knocking on your door. So one of the area we'll be talking about in the next series that will be starting from Monday next week is about blockchain technology. Luckily for us, I have one of our partners, Eric Renanda, is a blockchain technologist who is an expert. He works with an investment firm that dedicated towards investment in Africa. So I've been discussing with him, and I said, see, I don't understand how this blockchain works. I don't want to invest in Bitcoin. I don't want to invest in Ethereum or all the other blockchain technology. I just want to understand how it works. Tell me as a layman on the street how this blockchain technology works, such that when somebody is explaining it to me, or maybe I want to buy something in China, and my Chinese partner says, see, I don't want you to pay me in US dollar, pay me with Bitcoin or pay me with Ethereum. I can understand that, yes, this is how I can convert the Naira I have into Bitcoin or into Ethereum, and these are the platforms whereby I can send this money to this guy. That I don't want to buy Bitcoin for $60,000 and believe that it's going to appreciate to $70,000 or $80,000. No, I just want it as a financial instrument. Explain to me how this financial instrument works. So one of the things we'll be starting from next week is that Eric is going to put us through, as a layperson, what blockchain technology is all about, how you can use it as a transactional instrument, and the dangers and the advantages it has over other monetary forms. So that even if you want to expand into becoming an investor in the blockchain technology, at least understand the basics about it. But for me, like I told Eric, that what I just want to understand is, as a man who does business, how can I use the blockchain technology to do my financial transactions? And this is what he wants to be explaining to us by next week. It's one of the aspects that we'll be talking about before we go into other forms of financial investment, because we'll also be looking at the different risks involved in financial transactions, and we'll be bringing in some top bank gurus that we are going to be coming to explain to us the risk factors that keep people poor in financial transactions, and how people lose their properties when they are running some, for instance, they take loan and they don't understand the basics that drives financial transactions. So I want to invite you to join our class next week. I believe that you were part of the class this week on goals, where we talked about how to achieve your goals, and I believe that it impacted you very well. So next week we'll be talking about how money works and the different aspects of driving money. We'll also be looking at the history of money, looking at how money moved from gold and precious metal to become the paper that it is today. So for those of you who want to join the class, you can follow us on, you can send us a message on 080-2362-2171. Again, 080 23622171. Or you can join us on, send us a WhatsApp message on 090 20 94 56 93, so that you can be part of the next week class that's focused majorly on how money works, the different forms of money, and how you can use them in financial transaction, and how to gain financial wisdom such that when you add the little money you have to the financial wisdom you have, and you meet somebody with money, the money will now flow from them to you rather than from you to them. So I hope to see you next week in our classes, and I know that you enjoy the class. Thank you for once again for being part of our Counselor Business Innovation Masterclass, and I believe that will impact your life and bring changes to your life.